Okay, this morning I made a video, and you'll see it after I say this. So far, there's still no results aren't in, and so this was early this morning. Then I made one after that, and we'll see. Like I said, the results still aren't in yet. So here's the video. Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm putting this on there on purpose. This is the day, the time. As far as I know, there's nothing going on the news. It's changed. It wasn't this morning, and I don't care anymore. Anyway, let me get to this. Okay, so what I mean by that, when you go through life and you see plenty of narcissistic behaviors, histrionic behaviors. Oh my goodness, the histrionic behaviors. Unbelievable. And I've gotten to where I call them a blend of behaviors that I've seen, and I've gotten to where now I'm not sure if I could separate the difference. Actually, I can, for the most part. When it comes to attention, well, yeah, but them getting attention, and I have seen plenty that have this blend, and I really don't care anymore to stay in that kind of world. I mean, to watch it so much, to see so much of it. And like I said, right now we don't know the outcome, okay, of the election. I might as well say that. We don't know right now, that I don't know, okay? And I really am not that concerned anymore. I have spent the past 5 years paying a whole lot of attention to what's going on, more than I ever did before. But I've mentioned I had a mother who was a conspiracy theorist. My mother was a conspiracy theorist, not a mother, but my mother. And Watergate was, oh my goodness, she never, I don't think ever in her life stopped talking about it, that it was all a hoax and all this stuff. The same kind of thing people do now, and full of conspiracies. And she really turned me off to watching the news, to keeping up with what was going on with our government, really, for many, many years of my life. Now, like I said, the last 5 years paid a lot more attention than I ever have before. And, yeah. But, in between, not so much. Now, I remember years ago, this was back in the 1990s, and I was on a bulletin board service. That's what they call them. They also call them, it's BBS, but it's also called, the BBS is something else too, but we call it bulletin board service. And back then, those of us who were like the originals on building up the internet, well, I don't think we wanted it to be what it is today. Not many of us, the piece of craps that get on it. But my attitude is changing, my friends. But yeah, way back then, that was a long time ago. So much has changed since then. And the bulletin board service, the BBS, was basically all in this area of Texas, north central Texas, and like the DFW whole area, with the suburbs and all. Okay, this is not going to flow right at all. Anyway, because I deleted a bunch of clips, I got to talking about the cyber stalkers, the people who are cyber stalking me, and they need a cease and desist. Yeah, immediately. Anyway, I got way down the road on that one. But what I want to talk about now is, like I was trying to say, I was on this BBS like 25 years ago, say, and a man had said to me, it's like you're chatting in a room where a lot of people can see what you're chatting. It's not like you're individual chatting to another person. That's what it was back then. It's all text, and anybody can see it who's in that chat room, and we all kind of knew one another. Hundreds of people, we knew one another. And the guy basically told me that I had said something about I'm not all that political, and he jumped back and said, that's a bunch of BS. I mean, you're extremely political, but just not in the same way as other people. And it is true. I mean, I don't think he said that part. Me, I figured it out, and I said, yeah, that's true. You don't have to sit there and watch the news and talk about like that one of those POSs does is, just really. I'm gonna calm myself back down. But, just say, some people just copy everything everybody says. Doesn't matter, and they just, the mantra mentality, throw it back out there. But there are other ways to be political that's not involving, what you see on the news, really. You might not necessarily call it political, but, yeah, it's to help this world. We have unbelievable to me amount of narcissistic behaviors, histrionic especially. Oh my goodness. I do wonder why they wanted to take it out of the DSM. Is there some link to it? Like, I had read something in the Oxford whatever years ago. Not years ago, it was a few years ago. But is it because it's it's not that people are diagnosed with it. Is that the behaviors are so common that, hey, I think that that might be a more of a reason they might have wanted that. I don't know. I can't even remember what the reason was that I read before a few years ago. I don't remember. I don't know how many years. It was sometime since I've been on YouTube. About 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's just so common, really, in my world, in the world I see, as a someone who has actually developed a research methodology, sees, okay, that it's so prevalent. It's just so much. And there's got to be people out there working to combat that. Not the narcissistic thing. Oh my God, it's done to death. Okay, seriously. People need to get this histrionic, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't, seriously, because they're going to be pointing the finger back at themselves. Seriously. All the ones who... I really truly think that more... I'm not diagnosing the histrionic personality with histrionic personality disorder. It's those who have this strong, maybe they should be, strong histrionic behaviors. And these are the ones who, in my view, and what I've seen most, have that narcissistic histrionic blend of behaviors, that they're the ones who really think they know better than the scientists, and they can tell the scientists how to do their job and what they did wrong. When these are people who haven't stepped a foot in a college or university ever. Okay, and they're very... So they wouldn't try to combat it because they're wanting other people to be like them and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay if we're like this. Man, if any of those scientists ever make even one, not even a total mistake, anything anywhere near it, we know better than them. We know better. God. But this is so common these days. Seriously, it's just unbelievably common. We know better because we have actually experienced narcissistic abuse, so we know better. That's their attitude. How many years have I been doing videos about that? But I'm alone quite a bit. I have not seen or heard anybody say anything really near what I say. Seriously. And then there are these really truly gullible people that think that if a person is really popular, then they were really the ones who know what they're talking about, instead of thinking of them as maybe they're just charlatans. Maybe they are just full of BS and trying to make a buck and know how to manipulate minds. In that way, I am political. But really, I came out here to say something totally different. I got on this. But I don't want to hear all these, people on these news channels. I don't want to pay attention to that anymore. I have my area. I have my areas of concentration in this life. And I've veered off of it for 5 years now. And enough was enough. I mean, I've seen plenty of POSs. I've seen plenty of low-class people, not low-class, but low-life people. They don't have to necessarily be low-class, and I don't even think in that kind of terms. Just POSs. And we used to call them pieces of crap or pieces of trash. That's what it was. But man, language has changed and it needs to go back. This filthy mouth. I kind of stopped saying that myself. That's something I want to fight for, to go up against. Is the mentality of people who say, I don't care if kids are watching it. Their parents' fault. The parents should be watching them 24/7, 365. Make sure they don't watch my kind of videos. Are they even realizing what they're admitting? Oh, man. But they just sit there and they just cuss. Every other word was the F-bomb, and the C one. Come on, that's low, bottom feeder. And that's the thing. That's the way I want to, what I in my life want to deal with. I'm not perfect. I say POS. I really don't like thinking of people as POSs. I don't like thinking of people as that way, but at some point you gotta call it what it is. And I really don't like that. I really don't like that about me, but that was the way that my life has been. But now when I see how much danger, how much destruction they can cause, lives to be lost. Lives are not to be, but are lost, and probably to be. The people who are already dealing with in the hospital, in the ICU, because of these kind of POSs. They know better than the scientists. So, to them, they think that wearing masks, you don't have to. And they tell people that. Last I heard, that would be something along the line of giving out medical advice, wouldn't it? And isn't that illegal? At least in the United States. Isn't it? I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Last I heard. And I think these are people who really, seriously, they should be reported for giving out medical advice during a pandemic, telling people what they should and shouldn't do. I'm talking about that could kill them. They don't say, like I say, find out from the true scientists, the actual professionals, the actual experts, not just ones that are chosen to lie, to just sell whatever they're wanting to sell and to benefit themselves, but actually like Dr. Fauci. Yeah, they need to listen to someone like Dr. Fauci, not one that's blowing smoke up somebody's ass, but Dr. Fauci. But no, they're going to say fire him. Low life forms. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not at all educated in that area, but because they've experienced things. What have you experienced? How to lie, cheat, make money off of possibly killing people? Possibly leading to their death? Wow. Okay, and these are people who have no heart. They have no soul, it seems like. Okay, none of this is 100% across the board, and that is an exaggeration. Some of it, much of it is an exaggeration, because you know they have a soul. That they have a heart, but they don't care. Not once again, generalization. These people who do this crap, what are they thinking about? Themselves. The type that I have seen are only thinking of themselves. That kind of crap is off. I'm not watching that kind of crap. Even those POSs that need to cease and desist immediately, things are copyrighted, my friends. And my enemies. I'm not watching that those POSs anymore. I wouldn't even watch them. I'd check in every once in a while and say, man, I cannot stand to hear their voices. They're just liars, manipulators, and then they're proud of themselves for what they've achieved. What the crap have you achieved? Everybody else's? You haven't achieved crap. Okay, I'm going to get off on go way down that line again on that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I have really been busy with other stuff, by the way, and I really haven't made many videos lately. And I was going to wait anyway till after the election, and maybe even after the new year, because really I've been busy with other things that I enjoy doing, and I knew that basically if I enjoy making videos, but I knew if I put them up, very few people are going to watch them, and that's true. And not like, it is good that some people watch them, but people need it, were more concentrating on other things. I was concentrating on far too much on this with politics. That I think that was one of the things causing me to have these headaches. I hope that was. I did have fever up until Halloween for a week or so. And yeah, all other kind of symptoms again. I thought I'd throw that in. But anyway, but now I think I'm getting back to me, really. Back to the old me. It might take a while to get back there. Not the ones that anybody's known, even, really. I don't know. I think that all this, watching these news channels and everything, and getting so wrapped up into that world really put me in a, I think a sense of, in a sense of shock. That you see so much, stuff I've seen my whole life, but see so much of it. And the arrogance of some people, oh my goodness. I mean, just to see it all just daily, sitting there watching TV, I don't watch it all day long, but every once in a while here or there, it's usually on in my house. But to see so much of it, and then hear the conspiracy theories and the spins and all that. No, thank you. Like I asked Adam this morning, what good has it done you? What has it good did it do me? I told him I walked into your world 5 years ago, because Adam is very into politics. And I said, I walked into your world 5 years ago, and what good has it done? Nothing. None. Well, of course that's not true. But it's not a world I want to live in. Not in that way. Like I said, I've already said the way I would prefer to. And I want to get back to that. And by the way, my throat is a little sore, can you tell? Anyway, I'm self-isolating, by the way. Even though my fever has gone way over. It's been 4 days. It was very light. It was very low. I'm talking like I even, the doctor and all that, and I know what my average is and know how to calculate it, and it was a low fever, which, yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough for now, because none of this video is going to make any sense. I know it. It's not. I mean, it's going to make sense, but I'm going to put more of the pieces together in future videos, because I really have had enough of that world. And I know it affects the rest of our lives and all that, but there are other things that affect the rest of our lives. There is. So, anyway, enough for now. Talk to you on another video.